And we are back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 12, episode 4. And we are getting slowly further into season 12. And I always say at the beginning part of any episode of the Cloud9 podcast, thank you guys so much for continuing to watch and listen to the show after all these many years, and we will be talking about primarily the LEC today. The playoffs kicked off today for the LEC 2024 summer split. And I did end up watching Gen G versus DK. I'll have my thoughts about that later, because for the majority of the show, we're going to be going over the LEC. And I swear to God, I know I probably said this a lot this year. I know I have. But I distinctly remember how bad some of these games are. But I don't think we've seen anything as bad as Team BDS versus Mad Lions. That quite literally is the worst best of 3 or best of series I think I've ever seen in League of Legends recently. There have been some legendary L's back in the day, but god damn, was that just straight up garbage. And we'll talk about it. But as you guys know, if you are a returning viewer or new viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure to hit that notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And joining me here in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast to talk about the 2024 LEC summer split playoffs beginning is Mr. Blanks. And he also wants to bang my ex.
Yep. I bet I would have banged her, but hell yeah. Her, Lord, and Shocks, but we'll talk about those ladies later. Yeah.
Why can't you just bang their mom? Actually, you know what's crazy, man? I thought about this randomly at work today when I was taking some fucking stuff to the front. If you marry their mom, that means Lennon and Carla have to call you daddy by default.
Yeah, and then the mom gonna call me Poppy. Yep.
Right? But that's not gonna happen because that's my reality. Actually, you know what's crazy? You guys thought their mom was attractive. Their mom looks okay, I think.
Yeah,
she looks fine, I guess. That's crazy. When I try to date women, I don't really look at how hot their moms are. That's like kind of weird because most of the time their moms are married.
I kind of look to see what their daughters might look like, because a lot of times the daughters kind of.
It's weird. Like, I've seen her on dates with other guys. It's just. I don't know. She is very, I don't know about picky. I really don't know, honestly. Some of the guys she's met, because Lennon will like take me out to like dates with her and her mom and her partner, whoever she's dating that night. Yeah. And the guy will usually be pretty cool, but it doesn't feel like they can like conversate very well. Because her mom, like their mom, I feel like, yeah, because it doesn't feel like their mom specifically can like converse very well. Even when she's talking in Spanish to someone, I feel like she's just like very awkward, and maybe that's because she only was with the one person for as long, but
that's what happens a lot.
Like. Mm-hmm.
And you wonder where the daughters get it from. Like mostly Lennon. Think about it. She's not good at,
At least Lennon will attempt to talk. Carla is, just a stiff, quite literally a stiff. She'll be like, I'm good at listening, but she's not even caring. I'm like, you're not even listening. You don't give a fuck what is being said. Like, I don't like when they lie to me because I know them. I can literally see right through them. I know exactly when they're lying. I know when they're telling the truth. And I'm like, Carla, if you are not interested in what dudes are telling you, just be like, hey, I'm not into this. I'm not into you. It's not that hard, But you never know, man. Mexican women's all got to make me some tacos. So, and keep in mind, guys, nothing historical happened yesterday. It's a regular average Saturday around the world. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Boys and girls? And as Quickshot says, and everyone else.
Oh, Quickshot. Yeah, that's a poor choice. That's a poor choice of words.
Ooh. Woo. All right. So, yeah, man. If you guys don't know, Chaz has been uploading newer content recently. I've been telling this man for years. Just he always was saying, "I'm gonna do a video on this." I was like, "Man, just shut the fuck up and just do it." And he's like, "You know what? All right, I'll finally do them." And he finally started doing them, and his channel started growing. You can thank your daddy later, which is MSK. The top.
I was doing that shit before. I was doing that shit before. I just didn't care.
You took like a 10-year hiatus. Fuck off.
No, dude. There was a good few months. I just didn't give a fuck. I didn't want to make Pokemon news.
I told you to make videos on stuff you like. Then
there was nothing I liked that was actually happening. That was like,
oh my god,
I don't give a fuck to talk about comics. YuGiOh news was stale as shit. It was like I would do a YuGiOh video and be like, all right, cool, and then nothing else would happen. I would do the Bayless video because that's Bayless. I'm always going to do that. I can leave YuGiOh and still do a Bayless video because I know what's going to fucking happen. It's like I got that, and then after that, nothing else happened. I might do a video where I open some packs, give away some cards, and then I'll do another. Like there was a good point where I was like, I was not giving a fuck. But then this week, I was like, you know what? Let me just go back and do some market watches, let people know. And then some people in my locals was like, oh shit, I didn't know you do YuGiOh. And I was supposed to go to a league. I was supposed to go to a league time today. Instead, what else? I went to this what the fuck was it? It was the premiere day. I didn't pull anything good. I got some Tenpei cards. I didn't play Tenpei. I said Tenpei. Tenpei did that. I played Floowandereeze because I didn't have the full deck. But I was going to play Floowandereeze. My friend gave me his. This is how much money my friend had. He had a spare Snake Eyes deck. A spare. He had
one of fully built, extra everything. Really,
fully built but lower rarity. He kind of like pack where he had QCRs and shit, and then he gave me this because he had CR, Bonfire, QCR, Wanted. He gave me the secret in the regular Bonfire and the regular. He had Alti-Ash. He pulled those surprisingly. He just gave me and him facing him final round, and I ended up beating him because funny enough, I had 5 hand traps starting game 3. Right, Ash, 2 Imperm, a Veiler, Nib, and Ghost Bell. Right, I Ghost Bell his Promethean, asked his I asked his Snake Eye Ash. I Imperm. No, sorry, no, no. I didn't Imperm. Oh no, I didn't Ash. I Imperm Ash. I forgot what card I asked, but I effect Rail something else, and then I drew for turn. Fucking Snake Eye Ash return. That shit. Oh my god, Snake Eye Ash shit to pop. Dude, that whole combo was disgusting. He just succeeded because he just saw me pop off. He was like, this shit was funny. He's like, how the fuck did I came in second because of resistance. Because the guy that was first, I think his resistance was higher because the guy I ended up beating in round 3 tied round 4. And that's what fucked me. But it was all good. Got some packs. Overall, it was a good day. Somebody asked me when I go come back to the YuGiOh. I was like, not until after the ban list. I'm not trying to deal with this Feed Smith shit. Oh my god. Because our store is weird. If you had the Feed Smith cards, you were allowed to play them. I was like, oh fuck. But I'm gonna tell you this: Snake Eyes does not need the Feed Smith cards. It doesn't. It's already consistent. Because the version I was playing Snake Eyes Cacteria. Because he gave me whatever Cacteria card, and then I brought whatever card I had, and then I put it together real quick. Yeah, Snake Eyes Cacteria. If you cannot afford this Feed Smith, and I got a video come up, not a mark watch, but just me going over my Snake Eyes Cacteria build. If you do not have money for the Feed Smith card, just play Cacteria. It does almost the same thing, and actually could beat the Feed Smith engine. Because the Feed Smith is very dependent on you have a certain piece in your extra deck. A Cacteria Unicorn can snipe out the one piece in your extra deck that you need to win. Yeah. Just to give you a heads up. And I did that to this guy today.
Well, let's start going over the LEC. So let's go over quite possibly, the most criminal best of 5. Thank God I waited to see 5 games of that shit. That would have just gave me a heart attack. We probably just witnessed this past weekend one of the worst best of series ever in League of Legends. Arguably top 10, maybe at least top 15. This was worse than Team Vitality versus Karmine Corp, SK Gaming versus Karmine Corp. Immortals versus NRG for me is like top 5, one of the worst games this year. That shit was pure, unfiltered ass.
Fuck, who was it? DK versus
DK versus Bro. That was horrible. Oh, that was terrible.
Was that the one where? Was that the one where?
No, that was the one in spring where DK's winning and they all pile into their jungle, on their side and get all ace and they lose the game. I was like,
it was that one, and there was one where I think it was DK. Where was that the one where it took 20 minutes for someone to get a kill?
Oh, that was against I think it was
KT?
DK versus like the KT or Nongshim or someone.
Yeah. Oh my god, it took them forever. And then
it was like a snooze fest. I remember I was watching that before I went to bed. I was like, just straight up snoring.
If you look at Bro's face,
boo trash.
If you look at Bro's face after, they were surprised that they won. They was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I shit you not. And this is when Bro was shifting in mid laners, only to end up with Karis again. DRX flip the Baron, get it, go all funnel into their. That will be their red side on their part of their map. All die. I'm like, bruh. Bro versus DRX, one of the best of 3s earlier this year. I think it was in spring. Had to been in spring because we're in summer now. And I'll be honest, I'm not watching no DRX game after that. I was like, nope, that is my end. No more of this. No more subjecting myself to this dog shit.
You didn't miss how you said today. Kwandong beat the fuck out of them.
Oh, yeah. And then, so we have Bro versus DRX, Karmine Corp versus Team Vitality, Karmine Corp versus SK, Immortals versus NRG, and then you have the series today. This is one of the worst best of 3s.
FK versus KC was the massive.
That was
Casey had 3 chances to win. They kept throwing. I was like, get sacked. And I remember in the chat they was like, it was KC fans versus you knew who was KC fans. It was like, sack is good, guys. You just give him a chance. And it was like, get rid of this whole shit team. This team doesn't deserve to be in the
LEC. The Team Vitality one we went over earlier this year. Remember? Yeah. Oh my god, Vethio and Carsey and Hylissang gated into their part of their map only to get all Xayah rooted. All 3 at once and didn't throw the game. I was like, bro, this is peak horse shit right here. Yeah. Like, no, I don't know what is with League this year. There have been some atrocious ass games. Like, like G2 won this game, but when G2 started beating on PSG, it looked so. I was like, man, this team ain't even trying no more. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh, Loud versus Vietnam. Remember? Loud
Gam. Loud had the one, and they just threw at the Nexus.
They're literally at the inhibitors. They're at the inhibitors.
All they had to do is back up. Back up and come back in 2 minutes, and they win. And then you know the fucked up part about it is that they were up 1-0. I think was that game 2 in a game or that game 3?
That was game.
Was that game 2?
Yeah, that was game 2 because they had won game 1.
Yeah, and then game 3 they just did not know how to play anymore. I was like, and y'all motherfuckers are saying that Brazil's a good region. This your team, and that's the fucked up thing.
But keep in mind, my man, the narrative is that Brazil just has really good viewership. Anyone ever, they know where the bread is buttered. Anyone ever says Brazil's gameplay is good anyone who ever says that, take their opinion and shove that shit in the trash.
I was like, what the
anyone
fuck?
And everyone who says that.
Yep. Oh my god. But Mad Lions versus BDS game 3.
I'll just be honest here. That was quite literally some of the worst League of Legends. I don't actually blame Dom. If I had to watch that like hours on end for a living, I would probably mentally collapse too. That shit is terrible.
I might go to the top of the Eiffel Tower and just jump.
Okay, all right.
Well, I'm just saying at that point, yeah, you gotta look at your top laner. Like, what were you thinking?
Did you see those 1v1s between Adam and Merwin? The Camille Renekton 1v1s they were doing. I'm like, bruh, is this bronze? I think we could fight better than that. Merwin like hooks onto the wall, goes in. Adam could like easily kill him, chunk him out, stops doing it, only to just get re-engaged on. It's like, what are we doing here?
You know the sad part, it didn't matter who won because you knew G2 was going to stomp whoever came out of that. That was the sad part.
That thing though, even if because people was like, well, BDS is going to win. Even if they did, and like even if you were confident in BDS going into this G2 series, all your confidence was shot after that Mad Lion series. I was like, bro, Team BDS, there's something about at work for before we started doing the show today. BDS and SK are just regular season teams. They're just glorified James Hardens. That's all they are. They can never perform in the playoffs.
Carmelo is.
Yeah.
And more James Harden. But because I looked at it, I knew BDS was going to lose to G2. I knew that was going to happen. I was like, okay.
Yeah, we've already seen this. Yeah.
Because I said G2 2-2. I said 2-0 because I have no faith in BDS. Shales gonna get caught out. And what happened? Shales get caught out again. I'm like, Nuck just gonna get fucked, and he got fucked. The bot lane actually for G2 looked a lot better. I was like, yeah, okay, this team's trash. But SK, my God, when we get to them,
I'll just be like Team BDS and SK are just glorified regular season teams. How many times has this happened? Not just last year, but this year. Where last year, the only time they showed that they were really confident was when they had Exekick and Dawson. How they like got fourth place. They were like 1 game away from getting third. After that, every single time they made playoffs, after having a decent regular season, they've always never even got to that point. People factor in, they could have been Fnatic earlier this year. Remember those Draven throws that Exekick was doing? They lose to Fnatic then. They go in the lower. Remember, they were beating people. They were looking like a decent okay team in spring. They kept throwing every. We're just like, what?
And going back to Fnatic was the only team that beat them. That's the one loss SK has.
Mm-hmm.
Before Fnatic lost to G2 and forgot how to play League.
Some would say they still don't know how to play League, honestly.
Hey, they went to Saudi Arabia.
Remember how I sent you that Legends in Action? Series they have? Remember how Razork
Razork looked like he was about to kill Noah. He looked like he was about to
bro. This motherfucker Razork was like, he's like, shit. He's like, I'm dizzy. We're dizzy on the map. Motherfucker is dizzy. Okay, now I'll explain why he's playing like shit. Because motherfucker was straight running it yesterday on Giant X. Motherfucker was just like actually just not even giving a shit. Oh, like Razork, stop being dizzy. Get a girlfriend. Start eating her out, and your dizziness will be cured.
Oh
God, man. Motherfucker Razork always talking about he dizzy. Bro, how dizzy can you be on the map? At this point, guys, we're in summer. We're about to be in season finals. We're about to be going to Worlds very soon. Like, Worlds is not too far along around the corner, you know?
Yeah.
Like, not too long from now, we'll be doing power rankings for who's the best team going into Worlds and all that stuff. Bro, if you guys are dizzy, we're in the playoffs of summer. The year's almost over.
Spoiler alert, top 4 teams are going to be Asian teams, just to give you a heads up.
And well, Fnatic has 2 Asian players. Does that count?
Yeah, 2 Asian players that play like they're from Mexico, or at least the ADC.
Oh shit! Oh god!
You can't tell me that Noah's Korean because he don't play like he's Korean.
He that's why he's playing better in these series. That's why he played okay in these past series because he wanted to get home to eat. He's hungry. When he's hungry, he'll leave. He'll be like, man, we got to just end this game. I'm fucking hungry. This fucking top ramen noodle piece of shit. All right, so we're about to analyze gameplay from the worst best of 3 of the entire year. Yes, this is about as bad as Bro versus DRX. Because to be fair, Bro versus DRX, I didn't have hope for that anyway. I was watching it because, well, there was nothing on, and I just hate my life. And it was a Saturday, and Lennon had already finished eating my ass, and Carla finished writing my face, and, you know. And then I had to talk to this guy on stream because obviously he's black because I have my AI representation. So, yeah, that's one reason why I watched that. Look, I want you to see how bad this 1v1 is. Keep in mind, he can just kite him. He can turn to Mega Gnar. You just because Gnar doesn't have mana frames, who doesn't know who's new to the game. You just auto attack, you transform into a Super Saiyan. That's it. Auto! Why? First of all, why is he running backwards like that? He can just still auto attack him. He is just not doing anything. Just auto him. He can literally beat him right now. See right there. He can already beat him. Finish him off. One more Merwin. Oh, no. Why did you go back in? Why? What is this? It's so trash. What am I looking at? That's
Trash.
awful.
You look at that
This
trash.
man's like, wait, this guy didn't type me out on NAR. I could just honestly recall, reset, come back to him with my item. No, I'll just leap back in and die. And guess what? He doesn't even die. And Merwin is like, my mind's telling me no, and I'm going back in. Why would he ever go back in? Why would you ever go back in? Why? Oh my God, this is terrible.
And then also,
this is a top 4 team. This is a top 4 team.
And then also, Frescari gets beat by Nuck.
Frescari all throughout the series. They had the Corky's Tristana matchup. Bro was getting beaten by Nuck.
Frescari makes Tristana look bad.
Fresh ass.
I'm sorry.
No, he's fresh ass. That's hot ass. This guy is trash. Oh my God.
And 2v1 on Merwin.
Even though this is even such bad. This is why they were the worst team in the regular season. No map awareness. He knows he just fought him. Blue as flash. Why would someone not attempt to come up there to fight him or obviously gank him? Why would just absolute levels of ass? I'll be honest here. I don't remember how this game ended, nor do I care. But I do remember Ice picked Twitch. Like, what season is this?
I mean, it did work to a certain degree. Like,
it worked to getting them an L. It sure got a purpose. I will say this: Ice has been a consistent player on BDS, the only consistent player on BDS. But remember, he wins for them by picking late game scaling carries. They kind of know he's not very good at playing anything early game related, like Varus, Ezreal, Caitlyn. People are picking Caitlyn now. He hasn't picked Caitlyn. He can't play early game ADCs very well. He plays late game ADCs very well. That would mean that he would do that on Jinx and Aphelios, champions we've seen him play well on. Why is he on Twitch? Maybe this worked out in scrims, because Twitch is a late game. Scales really well, honestly, if you can get him that far in the game.
He scaled into a good comp.
He's just way worse than Jinx and Aphelios, objectively speaking, by champion standards, if we're looking at how to affect the map, at least in pro play. Because Twitch would be, well, I'm going to flank, I'm going to isolate this guy, flank him, and burst him down. Well, that, I don't know. Because the problem with that working in pro play is because you're going to be going through wards, and that's going to not be effective. Like, obviously, in fucking solo queue, you can do that because people are trash and don't ward properly. Why don't you just play Jinx or Aphelios and just get the same result? I really don't know why they picked Twitch. Then it didn't matter anyway, because their team fighting is just so bad.
Yeah, plus it
didn't matter what happened.
Plus you go over Very. Yes.
All throughout the series, Frescari was just hot ass. Just plain hot ass.
But he gets bailed out by Merwin for the worst play of the series. Oh, yeah.
Adam and Merwin were trying to compete for making the worst series-ending play. This right here is stupid on Adam's part. People ask, well, he's stalling for time. No. You do not want to stall for time. You stall for time, you'll be dead longer, and you can't get to an objective. Him staying alive here is just, I don't even like using this word, is objectively stupid. If you're going to die, you need to die faster, because then you'll be able to spawn back on the map so you can go help your team do something. If he's dead longer and he's not on the map, and he's just wasting time, it really just honestly means nothing. Once again, not good. What else happened throughout the series besides me trying to forget this ever happened? Okay. Then, as you guys saw in this game, Ice picked Aphelios, okay? And then, I'm pretty sure they tried diving Lebrov right here. Like, Lebrov, objective, like, you know,
oh my God.
He bad.
He almost threw game 3. Oh my God. What? Oh my God. What the fuck?
I'm trying to see which portion of the series. Oh, okay, it was this part that swung it for them. It was the dragon fight. Okay, so Mad Lions get a pick on Nook, which is like, okay, that's good. I'm trying to look at the this is the Baron part. This is still game. Hold on, this is still game. This is still game 2, right? Okay, so I'm trying to see the part where they were at for Baron. Because it was the Baron fight that really threw it for them. Because then he got isolated. Okay, it's right here. Found it. Okay, so Ice is on a side lane. They know they can't contest Aphelios right now. Mad Lions go, I'm going to start the Baron. They're just like, oh, okay. And I will give it to them. Mad Lions did play better than BDS throughout the series. And the fact that they lost this is very, very, very telling. Just that is honestly bad. So then Baron starts up. Okay, Mad Lions could just probably should go in there and finish it. I don't know why they're jungling the aggro. For Scalway just jumps on Lebrov. Lebrov hits on Elyoya. Lebrov quite literally misses everything and gets exploded. And then Adam just walks in and dies. He just honestly he has his ult right there. I think he has it up right there. No, he doesn't have it. Yeah, not yet. He knew he didn't have his ult and just walked up and just offed himself.
Damn, you're looking at this, you're like,
keep in mind, he's safe. He's safe if he just walks away. He's safe. He walked in and just offs himself. What is? I don't even know what I'm even looking at. This is awful. The whole series was like this, everybody. The whole series was Mad Lions could probably maybe shoulda, coulda, woulda won the series, but for some reason, their brains are also even maybe just as bad. Like the fact that Aphelios just gets to go down there and just takes the dragon from himself goes to show how strong he is now at this game anyway. And then they have another. Oh, that's even crazier. They actually fight BDS. They beat them. Okay, so you're probably thinking like, oh, the game's over. They can't end yet. Death timers are not as good enough yet for them to end the game. Then they get to the final team fight right here where they have BDS cornered. They actually burst all through them right there. Okay, just completely run through them. Okay, so Mad Lions are at this point of the game. BDS start the Baron. Okay, this is their last attempt to win the game. If they don't actually start that, it's over. And then guess what? Merwin gets something he knocks 2 people away. A pretty good ult right there. Why? And then Adam charges his dominance, starts to go in. Mad Lions disjointed team fight. Merwin's fighting YuGiOh for some reason, trying to keep him off the Baron. And then Nook is just free firing. All right, game over. They don't want to win. Oh my God, they weren't watching for the Aphelios. Oh my God. They're probably thinking well, how did he get back here that fast? Aphelios has some inherent movement speed when you flip from the guns if you have a certain amount of boot speed or something like that. I forgot.
Yeah.
So even if you did not come back, it doesn't matter. You just see how fast he ran back. Look how fast he is at this point. No clear-cut isolation on this guy. Nothing. They know it's almost 40 minutes in. Horrible team fighting. Completely horrible team fighting. Such garbage. And then Ice is like, oh, thanks for the leash. I'll get the Baron. Thank you. That's cool. The Baron's now mine. Keep in mind, he took that from 3,000 health. He just took it for himself. Yep. And then they just win.
Aphelios with a Baron buff is just, that's like Sandals getting all 6 Affinity Stones. It's like, oh, fuck. What the fuck do we do? Yep.
If Mad Lions want to do this, then they need to fully isolate one target and take him down. The fact that Merwin is right there fighting YuGiOh, and people are not be like, we're just trying to stop him from doing the Baron. Motherfuckers, it is 9,000 health. You can't smite something from 9,000 health. If anyone could do that, you're breaking the mechanics there in the game. Him fighting Merwin, him fighting YuGiOh right there is a stupid decision. I honestly don't know why he did it. It made no sense. He needed to be a frontliner for his team. And then this gave the only reason why they were able to even win the games that they did was because they had late game scaling ADCs. All the games that the BDS primarily got behind on, even in the regular season, Ice was always on a late game carry to get them out of a bad situation all the time. Okay, and so basically this game, the atrocious shit really hits toward the very end. So Mad Lions are honestly mostly winning this throughout. Okay, and what happened before earlier this year, boys, ladies and gentlemen? Remember that team that threw against Karmine Corp when it was a 4v2 in their base? Oh, yeah, that's the same team I'm looking at right now. Mad Lions threw against Karmine Corp with a map where they had 4v2 on, okay? So you think okay, they're winning this game. Game's over. Let's just kind of go home, eat some tacos, suck some elotes, some, umanchacos, some jojolatinas. But no, they just kind of want to just make the series run longer. Okay, so it all starts basically right here. Yeah, this is where the comeback starts. Keep in mind, if this happens against just any Asian team, T1, Genji, DK, Top Esports, BLG, name any Asian team, even the lower tier ones, if you give them a lane state this big, the game is over. You know you're getting suffocated, choked out, ass
I'm not
opened
gonna
up on
lie.
the holes,
Even at this
just
point,
destroyed.
I'm not gonna lie. If this happens against Team Liquid, MDK gets clapped. At this point, the way Team Liquid looks, shit.
Right here, with how strong Mad Lions is at, there's no reason. This is unacceptable to be this far ahead in games and it's completely throw them. So it started off with Alvaro just, getting killed instantly. I think they caught him with the Zyra plants. So that's fine. It's instant CC. But then Merwin just alls in and then just gets himself killed. What the fucking world are we looking at? And then Adam's like, I'll just go over the wall and start fighting too because what are you doing? Both these two are just running it.
And then Frescowi went in, try to catch somebody off guard and got instantly popped.
He's been dizzy the whole series. Motherfucker been dizzy the whole series.
He tried to go against a Jinx Blitz. If Blitz just shocks you, you're done. And if Jinx just autos you to death, like.
Okay, so right here, I would say my only problem with Alvaro is that he went in way too deep. But given their position on the map, it makes sense because they're this far ahead, right? But I think he really overestimated how fast he was at potentially using Rakan's abilities. Merwin then pulls the fucking Renekton into his entire team. Merwin pulled himself down here and then left over the wall and then got himself in a position where his whole team has to now defend him. Honestly, if Merwin dies right here, and Alvaro did, you just need to just disengage. Because who did Merwin grab the first time? I didn't see who Merwin grabbed with his Cassante also. Merwin's coming right here. He's fat too. He's hungry. Look at his ass. He wants some KFC right now. He's trying to get the series over. All right, so he's right here. Let's look what Merwin does. He blasts himself over. He's hitting YuGiOh. Okay, he pulls YuGiOh over the Talia wall. Okay, and then gets insta blown up. He tried to flank from everyone looking at him coming from this direction. I don't know what Adam even did in that situation to think he was doing anything good. Motherfucker just went over and just offed himself. How Frisco? Wait, did he grab him right there? Did he grab him right there with his blitz hook? I think he did. Let's see. Okay,
yeah,
LeBron's right there. Oh, he actually grabbed. Okay,
he did.
He actually grabbed him. That was actually a really lucky hook, honestly. But to be fair,
where his position, that was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, what's his position? That was a good aim. He predicted where he was going to go, and he walked right into the line of fire and grabbed him.
That was pretty good. That was from Fog of War. I did not see that. And then what really made the series dog shit, arguably top 5 worst series of this year, these Elder Dragon calls. So Mad Lions has all the Drakes, right? And at this point of the game, they should still have a commanding lead. No, they don't. Because forgot his name. I'm pretty sure it's Alvaro on the Rakan just jumps in stupidly again, gets blown up. Before he got caught out, now he just went in and offed himself. Adam from the side did a good play right there. Saw YuGiOh chunk him out. Okay, they want to make sure you chunk out the Talia. She can poke you. He goes in, gets himself killed again because he's been horse shit this entire series. He's like, fuck if we win. I'm just doing crocodile shit. Then BDS could be like, all right, let's kind of get off this. We're way too low. They don't. Nook gets chunked out by a laser from Zeri. And to be fair, it's a 3v4 right now. They're really low. Mad Lions actually can win this. No. Merwin just goes in and just kills himself.
Exactly. And this is where the game started going.
Now it officially swings. Now it officially does. Goldie does not matter at this point. They just stole the Elder Dragon. How did they get to this point? Motherfuckers were 10,000 gold ahead in a game 3 decider. Now BDS have the Baron. You're like, okay, with a Jinx, Baron sound pretty good. Can they just bulldoze the turrets down? Yeah, that's what
Baron and the Elder Dragon buff.
I thought to myself that they could do it. I really did. They got that one turret down. They give you that false hope. You're like, oh, they could do it. LeBron flash hooks in. gets himself killed. Support for mid laner, not a bad trade. BDS are like, okay, we still have Jinx on the map. We can still do some stuff. They bulldoze down this turret. They're like, is the game over now? But BDS gonna make a comeback? Oh shit, they got inhibited down. Okay, inhibs down. All right, Baron power play, not that bad overall. And I remember right here, and this is the criminal shit. Look at this TP. Adam is like, hey yo guys, I'm flanking. I'm gonna flank these guys. I'm gonna bend them over, put my dick in their buttholes. Brother, they're like not even close to you, and they're not even in a close position to team fight with you. Adam literally committing at this moment right now. Ibai, Chupa, Cholitas, and Burrito Man PayPal'd Adam to do that. There is absolutely no way on this planet no motherfucker should ever do that. That TP sucked. But just TP'd in and died. He is so lucky. That team is so bad. They didn't just straight up end off that right there. That is honestly game-ending shit you do right there.
Yeah.
Then Merwin decides to go in again, misses Cassante knockup, get himself chunked out, and then Merwin's almost dead. It's just the top lane throws. And then Shale throws his Zyra ultimate down to kind of displace them. Doesn't matter. LeBron goes in, gets himself killed. You're just like, what is going on?
And then Jinx wide, and then Jinx misses with the rocket.
And then Merwin's not dead. He's super chunked out. And yeah, they notice he's there. That'd be the only place he would be there. Fresh ass going for a flank, has no backup, gets himself locked out in the jungle, and then gets himself killed. Wow. Just utter wow. He is so lucky that dragon didn't kill him. But to be fair, to factor in, he's basically out of the fight. He can't challenge right now. And if he does, he potentially might get killed. Now Mad Lions got the Baron. This is the fight with Mad Lions when Ice ends up finally getting taken down. And after this, you guys thought the Adam throw was bad. And keep in mind, Adam's 0-5 in the scare. Keep in mind, he's 0-5. 0-5 the dream. Man has Randuin's Owen on Renekton. Horrible itemization for Renekton. Adam throws himself in a bush. Now, people are going to probably assume, given how bad the series is a horrible idea. First of all, he shouldn't have popped his dominance that early on. You shouldn't have done that. You should normally wait to do it when you're about to die. So you're getting your health back. So you slice and dice up and down. And you Q and you get all the health back. I mean, everyone knows the combo, right? He goes, this is actually decently smart. So if he goes in and almost kills this guy, he's chunked out. They can't continue the push. That was actually the only thing good he did the entire series because they got him super low. So now, even if one of them does respawn, they can make it a numbers advantage. And then the LEC camera just goes wicca, and then just starts shining on Super or something. I don't know. LEC production. Remember, they had some layoffs earlier this year. Horrible. So you're like, wait a minute, Mad Lions, hold on. They've been in this position before. 4v2. Wait a minute. They can end for sure right now, can they? No, they can't. No, they can't. They just can't. For some reason, they think that if they have a 4v2 numbers advantage, they can't actually win the game. This is the second time this has happened. Just wait and hit the turrets. Why are you leaping in? Taking turret damn. Now you can't fight. Damn. Jinx Rocket almost nearly kills them. Merwin just gets his giant shield from Sterix Gauge. Then, for some reason, Alvaro jumps in, gets himself killed again. Like, what is going on? What is this League of Throws?
And you see it, you're like, okay.
Friscali easily could have been out of there. He's dead. Like, Alvaro's just trying to throw the entire series. Then BDS are like, oh, well, 3 people dead. Now we can get the Baron too, right? Now they get the Baron again. Now the game's back swung for them. For some reason, Merwin is fighting them in their red side, in their jungle.
Yeah, and this is where Mad Lions lost the series. I saw that. I was like, yeah, he needs to be fired expeditiously. He doesn't even need to be in the next series against whoever they face. You know the fucked up part about it? That BDS is facing Mad Lions again. Because they both went down to the lower bracket. BDS, Mad Lions, I think the best of 3 again Yep.
We're
about to get another, at least 2 games of this.
Another 3-game banger right there.
Maybe 2. Maybe BDS finally get the hat out their ass. Maybe.
Oh, God.
And that one caught out threw them the series.
Look at that. Adam 06, Alvaro 06. 2 turbo sprinting motherfuckers on their team. But to be fair, Mad Lions had another sprinter, and that was their top laner. Was sprinting the entire series.
He had 3 kills. He has 3 kills, but the 3 deaths is what caused him. And all his deaths were bad, too. Bad deaths. Like, what the fuck? Nobody on BDS.
Just so unforgivable. What are you even doing?
Only Nook and Ice look good on BDS.
Like right here, just leave. What does Alvaro think he's gonna do? First of all, YuGiOh can't participate. Alvaro lost his. Merwin lost his Sterix Gauge shield. Fresh Ass has been too much of a pussy to fight anything. Frescowie jumps in, does nothing. Like this is. They have no mana. Like what are we? Oh fuck. People wonder why this was the worst team in the regular season. This team is terrible. They try to fight a 5v5 with no mana on their primary carries. Like, what in the world is going on? Like, gameplay. Awful gameplay. Terrible series.
And that's the sad part about it. Because
you got any good things to say about this series? Because I sure don't. This shit was terrible.
I'm
glad it's over. That's all I'll say.
Nope. We're getting a rematch next week. We're getting a rematch of it next week. Because after what happened today, we're getting... Okay, let me check the schedule. Because the schedule is right 100% of the time. Except when they fuck up. Yeah, we are getting... Next week, we are getting... No, sorry. Okay. Technically... BDS is against whoever, and SK is against whoever. And if Mad Lions beats Karmine Corp, we get Mad Lions versus BDS again. And Giant X, if Team Heretics beat Giant X, we get SK versus Team Heretics again. On Monday, we get G2 versus Fnatic best of 5. In the middle of the week. Oh, yeah, next week. The games start on Sunday. I think Friday, Saturday might be for LCS. I have no idea. I don't know what the fuck going on next week.
You know who else we gotta talk about, people? Fnatic. Time to talk about Fnatic and Giant X. So, oh god, the Fnatic Giant X series. Holy crap, that was also bad. Was there a good series at all this week? Team just came back and just started sucking ass, dude.
You
watched the Fnatic Giant X
G2,
right?
Yeah, G2 Karmine Corp, where G2 said Karmine Corp's going to be a free win, and everybody said, I hope, and there are people that troll G2. I hope G2 lose that the marketing or the social media guy gets humbled. No humbling, no humble pie here. Karmine Corp got 2-0.
Yeah, let's just talk about the Karmine. We'll go over the Fnatic GX series after this one then. So the summary of the Karmine Corp G2 series was Caps, by and large, took his fat cock out and just started styling on motherfuckers. That's quite literally what happened.
Even when Caps ends, Karmine Corp can't do shit. That's what happens.
I will say Caps is very, very good on Tristana. Spacing, autos, he went to dead dish out what damage to go back in. He's honestly really good at Tristana. At this point now, stop flipping the matchup. Literally just stop giving him Tristana. It's just like he's
Tristana's getting nerfed on the next patch. That's me. It won't be as fast. Yeah. But guess who's getting the buff? Guess who's getting the buff?
Another 80 mid or another AP mid?
80. It's not an 80 mid for sure, but one that could be flexed into an 80 mid depending on the meta. Affiliates
mid.
Affiliates getting buffed. There's been rumors that he could be Played in mid? Probably not, but it depends on the comp. Probably won't, but
honestly, that sounds kind of fun. I'm gonna try that in solo queue. Aphelios mid? That sounds kind of broke, honestly. But so Caps just honestly by and large destroyed them, honestly. Like, guys, Kana built Thornmail second on Gragas. I mean, like, Kana's been extremely just dog shit ever since he came to Karmine Corp. He quite literally does nothing on stage. He quite literally doesn't lane well. Like, what does Kana do well? Why is he here taking a space in the LEC? People beg for this
question.
Why is he here? Pick literally, you could probably get a random homeless man off the street, and that would probably provide more gameplay than what he's doing. He literally does nothing. He walks in lane, farms. That's it. He does the literal bare minimum. Load up into the game. What is it? Wake up, go to the studio, load in the game, get in the game, suck, lose, get off, rinse, wash, repeat. He can't play Gnar very well. Like, we went from looking at a relevant playing Gnar in the LEC versus what Kana playing Gnar in the LEC looks like, and that was bad. That was giga shit. Like, I just don't know. I just don't know what else I can say about Karmine Corp that I haven't said before. Just, I mean, everyone knew this was going to happen. I never believed for even a second Karmine Corp could win. I'll be honest here. Even when Karmine Corp played like they had a level of a brain, which was like a slight above level, but it's just bad, honestly. Karmine Corp is terrible.
One champion that can be playing mid that's getting a buff is Jace.
Oh, I would like to see Jason in mid again. That was kind of cool. I like
These are the champions that are getting buffs in the next patch. Cho'Gath, Aphelios, Jace, Sion, Smolder, Zed. And guess what last champion's getting buffed just because people play him. Teemo's getting buffed. Yeah, Teemo's getting buffed. Nerfs.
We found a champion from Lennon to play.
Nerfs are Braid, Corky, Jax, Kindred, Lilia, Nidalee, Rumble, Tristana, and Zyra. All getting nerfs. Aurelia Soul, Hecarim, Milio, and Aurelia are getting adjustments. Absorb Life is getting nerfed. Warmog is getting nerfed.
Dude, yeah. Everyone right now is just buying Warmogs just to keep them alive in team fighting. They're literally buying Warmogs, stop team fighting just to heal themselves back to full health. Yeah, that's getting a little broken, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's the G2 Karmine Corp series. Honestly, just Caps domination, honestly. Fnatic versus Giant X. What I did like about this series was that Juhan is like pulling out a moo-moo. I was like, honestly, I don't get why. I understand why people don't play him as much because the other champions are just better. But he wasn't. But to be honest here, it's not a bad champion to play. If you get banned out as a jungler and you can just throw in a moo-moo, basically easy point and click CC. Honestly, like it's a skill shot, but it's fairly simple to land that. You know, it's literally just ban and toss.
That if you get a 5-man ult, your team better kill. Don't be no goddamn speaker 2020.
Oh, shit.
To the day, that still messed me up, man. And then they try to make it seem like it was his fault. I'm like...
Yeah, it wasn't because Bjergsen was a scared little bitch and can't decide going on at all.
Speaker's better than me, because if that happened to me, I'm fighting Bjergsen and Double S. I'm fighting my whole team. Fuck that.
So, for the Fnatic GX series, GX won game 1. But it really felt like during the series, like, you know, Razork is usually their best player by far. It's not even really close.
Yeah.
He was just really struggling in the series. He played a little bit better today, but he was really struggling there. Humanoid, I don't even know if he likes playing with these guys anymore by his gameplay. He is so disconnected from his team at this point. Oscarinen today had a really good series on Jax. But other than that, he's looked kind of so-so in some of the games. It's pretty scary if Noah looks like he's your best player, honestly. It's like, guys, I'm gonna be honest, I have no faith in Noah. People are gonna be like, well, he's playing good in the LEC. And the LEC means nothing right now. The LEC is terrible. That is not a standard for nothing. LEC is complete asshole right now. Terrible. Donkey shit. Horrible. Good Lord, man. But yeah, there's not really much more I can say on Fnatic. Is the fact that they actually won their series today against GX and against who they play today. They play against SK today. Let's go over the SK stuff that you wanted. Okay, so SK finished first place in the regular season. First time actually since 2015 spring is when I first started watching competitive league when they did that for that year actually. Rahel and Luhan, pretty good bot lane, I'll be honest here throughout the regular season. And today, when they picked Xayah and Rakan, it just honestly felt like they did not know how to play that together. Like and the whole comp was really bad. Like they just couldn't do anything. It was a horrible comp, honestly. Well, hold on. It was Renekton, Talia, Sejuani, Xayah, and Rakan. Yeah, that's horrible. That's pretty bad. Like if that comp doesn't win by like 25 minutes, you pretty much just fall off the face of the cliff, honestly. Niski, awful series today, people. Just straight up running it. Yzma, like he's been pretty bad all year, honestly. Like I'll be honest with you, dude. He's pretty bad on the level that, like, has he ever made a true impact in a game? Has Yzma really ever carried a game, honestly?
Nope.
Even when they were winning? I don't recall this guy ever carrying a game, honestly. You know? Irrelevant struggled a lot today. I don't know if it was because of, coordination. I don't know if it was because of comms or anything, but he didn't look like he could make a true impact in the game, actually. Just a horrible series for them. Now they're going to be in the lower bracket again. Actually, what's crazy is they've always had to fight in the lower bracket. I don't think they've ever won a series from the upper bracket, ever, in this new format, actually. So, anything you want to say about SK, actually?
Kind of disappointed on how bad they got beat by a Fnatic. I was like, what the fuck?
It was pretty eye-opening, honestly, man. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, then with G2 BDS, you're like, yep, it all roads go back to G2 and Fnatic. Everybody talk about, oh my God, G2 finally has competition. Where they at though? It's like you go outside.
It's the same, dude,
where
right?
they at though?
Yeah, it's the same narrative every split. G2's looking kind of rough, Fnatic's looking kind of good. Doesn't matter. Whenever they play, G2 bends that ass over and pounds that shit.
It's like,
and then we're in
like
upper bracket semis. Yeah.
Yep. It's like BDS finally beats finally beats G2. Oh, we beat them in the best of one, and then best of three. And it's like, yeah, and even Broken Blade it's easy to beat somebody in the best of one, but can you do it 2 times in a row, 3 times in a row, or 3 times out of 5? I was like, oh, BB out here talking that shit. BB out here talking that shit.
Like, I'm sitting here, like, going, man, it's just the same narratives. Every split since, like, last year's winter. Fnatic, and it was crazy is Fnatic didn't start doing well last year until, like, summer, honestly.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about this year specifically, it's been like, Fnatic's looking good. G2's kind of struggling right now. Oh, wait, it's the playoffs now. G2 are looking way better. Fnatic are struggling. G2 and Fnatic face. G2 destroys them. Then G2 wins the split. That's it. Why does it always go like this? Every single split this year, it's been like that. The only thing different in winter was because, well, winter Mad Lions make the finals. But you guys see my point, obviously. Now with G2 in their playoff form, I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I really don't see a world that they lose, honestly. They're just... I'll be honest, you can just hand the trophy right now. Like, who's challenging them? People are like, well, BDS can finally do it. BDS are not good, okay? BDS are a decent regular season team. Nook is very bad. No, Nook is okay. He's all right. He's not a caps. He's not going to take over a game. YuGiOh is like he's a facilitator, not a playmaker, I would say.
Yeah.
Adam could actually carry games, but it's not been his. He's not been able to really consistently do that. Ice can only really carry if he's on like late game scaling ADCs actually. And then you just have Lebrov. I don't really know what Lebrov is really good at anymore, honestly. I don't know if he was ever really good. They've probably been pilot. He had like one split where he was popping off pretty hard. And like that's it for most of the year. He's been bad himself. For most of the time he's been on Team BDS. People are like, well, Fnatic can beat G2. Yeah, No, after enough gaslighting to your brain has to somewhat cognitively know this is not going to happen anymore. Like, it's okay to think it's going to happen like the first, second, maybe third time, but after the fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth time and it doesn't happen, you got to start looking at yourself and going like, damn, they ain't shit, honestly. They actually can't beat them. G2 quite literally beat them one time in the regular season, and that made sure that Fnatic turbo sprinted a 0-4 record. Yeah. It was 0-6 or 0-4. They lost to Heretics, BDS. They lost to Team Liquid. Yeah, they won 0-4. Like, bro, they can't. If they lose to G2 coming up next week, what up? They implode again? You know? Who else is here? SK beating G2 is not happening. Good luck with that. SK, same thing like Team BDS. They're basically two sides of the same coin. Just decent regular season team. Karmine Corp stinks as usual. Giant X is Giant X. They come to play League of Legends. I don't know why. They're horrible at it, but they do. Who else is there? Another team? And Mad Lions just like throwing. I don't know. They just love throws. The throws are real. All right, let's predict the rest of the series come up. Who do you have for the rest of the series coming up, actually? Oh, Team Heretics. I don't care. Team Heretics is just in the I don't care pile.
Yeah, they're just mad. They're okay, we're here.
Yeah, like, Team Heretics is the same thing as, like, fucking Giant X. They're like, we're here. We're competing. All right. Trash. All right. LEC. Click for spoilers. All right. Oh my God. Where's the schedule? LEC. All right. Who's here? Oh my God. Okay. So you have Team Heretics versus Giant X on Sunday, and Karmine Corp versus Mad Lions. Then Monday, G2 versus Fnatic. And then on Tuesday, we actually have series. We have Team BDS, SK versus whoever wins out of the first losers bracket best of threes. We know how G2 Fnatic are going to play out. Let's not kid ourselves here, obviously. Team Redis and Giant X. Fuck it. I'll just say Giant X. Karmine Corp versus Mad Lions. Nobody. We lose time watching this series, honestly. We actually literally lose life. We actually literally lose time in our life watching that. And then, honestly, it doesn't matter. Our roles just lead back to G2 and Fnatic anyway. Even if Fnatic get third, it doesn't matter. They're already in season finals, you know? Do you think it'll just be a G2 Fnatic final anyway again?
Yeah. Yep. I think the only slip up is if Fnatic loses. I think I can see Fnatic losing to BDS, and then BDS gets to the final and just gets smoked. Whoever gets to if G2 gets to the final, if G2's winning summer. I don't. The only team I think that could beat them is SK, and I think SK is gonna lose. I think SK is gonna beat whoever that comes out of their loser side of the bracket. It's either Team Heretics or Giant X or beating whoever that comes out, and then they have to go against, I think, BDS, because Fnatic's going to be in the loser bracket final. And honestly, I think it's going to be Fnatic G2 because I don't see it.
It'll be a combination of like G2 versus Team BDS or Fnatic. And then, as we know, because we've seen this, I don't know how many times we need to be shown this. Let's be honest here. G2 wins those. Actually, I'll even say this right now. Let's just say Fnatic do upset G2 come Monday. G2 in the lower bracket, do you know how like horrible that is for any team down there that needs to make it basically to like the third place match to get into the season finals? Because that means even if you do have a miracle run starting, you eventually would have to face G2 to secure your spot basically in season finals. Yeah, you do not want Fnatic beating G2 if you are a team right now trying to keep their season alive, actually. Just imagine that. G2 in the lower bracket against all these other teams. They might just go on stage and just purely just run it down off principle alone. You know?
Exactly.
But yeah, man. Anything you want to say about LEC before we go to this next topic?
LEC. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All roads lead to G2. It's like in the LCK. It doesn't matter. T1 stumble. It's gonna be T1 Genji in the finals.
And then Faker is just inevitable. It's just Thanos at this point.
Yep.
All right. Let's go to this. So, Rogue might be considering selling their LEC slot, actually. And as you guys know, Rogue this year basically turbo ran that shit down. They went from, well, they started out horrible. They came in horrible. And then they had that backup roster that was Larson inspired and Finn, and the bot lane they had at the time, I think it was Wulai and Vander, if I'm mistaken, actually. And then later on, they made a few roster upgrades here and there. They got to a point where they were competing in the LEC at a high enough level, at like almost sometimes competing for first to third. They had a decent rivalry against Mad Lions for a little bit there. There was the years where they kept choking, even though they could have potentially have won a lot more titles than they did. In that 2-year time frame they did, which is crazy because now we're looking at them, winning a split in spring 2020. Sorry, no, they won a split in summer 2022. They went to Worlds. They got out of the group stage. They got pretty slapped around by JDG. I can't really describe how bad it was because then I could be banned off YouTube. So then after they lost to JDG, they were purchased by eBay, the biggest Spanish streamer in the world. And then they returned into Koi last year in 2023. And as Koi, they had like maybe Winter was kind of good for them. I don't know. Like Winter was like kind of decent for them. They had like downgraded their roster. They had thrown away Otawam. Well, his contract was up, but they didn't even bother re-signing him. They threw away Otawamne for Shigenda. Like we knew that wasn't going to work. That was a complete L. They downgraded from Trimby to Advian. That might have been the biggest support downgrade I've seen in a long time. Only to end up with, I forgot who they got at the very end. I really don't remember, honestly. They had some random fucker, or maybe it was still Advian. I don't remember. Not good.
No, it was still Advian, and then they got somebody else after.
I totally forgot who it was. I honestly do not remember at all. And then, last year was a complete start of them turning into Koi was almost the beginning of the end, you could say. It almost just feel like the partnership didn't make sense with Rogue and eBay, actually. Because people would be like, well, isn't eBay eBay merged with Mad Lions? Well, Koi merged with Mad Lions, so that's what they call Mad Lions Koi. So then you get to this year, Rogue come back after that partnership dissolves, mutually, amicably, as they say. Then this year, Rogue put together a roster where Larson was a free agent, and they signed him to a multi-year contract. They were going to build around him, and that didn't work. They bring back Finn, someone they already had gotten rid of after he was terrible for them. So they went back to the terrible top laner they let go of to bring him back to play for them. Then they got Marcoon, who was on XL, who's now Giant X, and he was on SK, and obviously he sucks now for Rogue. They have Larson. He pretty much just played Farm Simulator for the entirety of 2024. They kept Comp. I have no clue why. He sucked last year. He sucks this year. Really don't know why they chose to keep him after last year. And then you just had Zolis. Zolis, awful. Trash. Zolis, not good at all. Who scouted that guy? That guy is terrible. If you scouted Zolis, you need to never ever pick players for my team. Actually, just get away from me. Actually, just go jump off a cliff.
So, shit.
So right here, sources, Rogue considering selling their LEC spot. Team Falcons is one of the interested teams. The LEC landscape might change once again. Multiple sources familiar with the situation shared with Cheap Esports on Friday that Infinite Reality, the parent company of Rogue, are currently considering selling their franchised LEC spot. At the time of writing, no deal has been finalized, and Rogue could still decide to stay in the league next year. However, multiple parties have entered discussions with the organization. Of course, they're trying to sell and get out. They never really had a fan base. I mean, despite what their Twitter account was trying to do, and the Twitter account for League really tried to build a League audience, even when they were back in their prime, when they were able to potentially win a title. They never really had fans like that, honestly. But to be fair, it's hard to make money as an esport org anyway. Do they even have sponsors right now for Rogue? Honestly, do you know if they have any sponsors? I think they have a maybe a piece, like one of those gaming gear sponsors.
Yeah.
Let me see. Do they?
You could go under the
There's their X account. Do they have any sponsors? Dude, I was looking at their jersey. They aren't sponsored by anyone, are they?
I don't think they were before the whole when they got sold or when they became Koi last year, and then that whole thing blew up in their face.
Traumatize your fandom with one image. Oh yeah, Larson throwing away their chance to go to World. Yeah, even on this account, they haven't really been posting much either. Like, look at this. Their last post was a few days ago, talking about some shit that happened in 2019. That's it. They retweeted what Marcoon had, Marcoon, and then that the whole roster was just bad. Like, Rogue was atrocious to watch, honestly. They made this post right here, but you can see right here, like, the engagement is decent, but that's on, like, posting these usually get this kind of engagement anyway. They don't have any sponsors. No one, they've kind of lost their core identity since losing, like, Inspired and Hansama and Orowamne and all those other players. Yeah. I don't know. If they're out of the league, is it going to be that bad? Yeah, it would kind of suck because they did eventually win. They did eventually actually win a split, but it's like they've just
they got to top 8 in
they went from top Worlds. 8 height of Worlds to finishing last. Just straight last. I'll be honest with you guys. I would feel kind of conflicted if they were gone because I remember back when they used to try to compete, but now it just looks like whoever's running the org just doesn't know what they're doing. Like, I know we were talking about conspiracy theories yesterday with the whole Trump thing.
Yeah.
Did someone invade in Rogue's company to, like, try to tank them with those bad player decisions, actually?
I think that's what happened with the Koi thing. I think Koi came in there, and then whoever was left over, like...
Oh, God. Team Falcons, an esports organization from Saudi Arabia, have joined a lot of esports titles in the past few years, including games such as Rocket League or Counter-Strike 2. They have also been trying to join the LEC since 2022. Back then, they have even reached an agreement with Astralis, which Riot Games blocked. Astralis ended up selling their LEC spot to Karmine Corp in 2023 instead. In November 2023, Team Falcons began negotiations with Rogue for an LEC spot following Koi's separation from Infinite Reality. However, no deal was reached due to complications with Riot Games once again. According to sources familiar with the situation, Sheep Esports cannot confirm the exact details of this rejection. This year, the discussions between Team Falcons and Infinite Reality have resumed. While Riot Games is cautiously monitoring the situation, it remains uncertain if their stance has changed. League of Legends is currently one of the 21 games featured at the Esports World Cup this summer in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Several other teams have shown interest in Rogue's LEC spot. As of now, it is unclear which organization is most likely to take over if the deal is made. The main question is the price, especially with the fluctuating viewership. The most recent valuation was 26 million euros when Astralis sold their spot to Karmine Corp in October 2023. They sold their spot for 26 million euros.
Yeah.
Here, my guys, Astralis was always trash, never good. Astralis was never good, and Karmine Corp basically inherited their legacy. Sources indicate Rogue prefers a cash deal over equity. So a lot of people don't actually remember this throughout a lot of these deals. A lot of it wasn't just cold hard cash with some of these transactions. A lot of this was like basically the equity would give you like a position in the company, give or take how big or small, honestly. Some of it was not just all cash. It is common for selling LEC teams to retain some stake in their LEC spot. For example, in 2022, Misfits Gaming kept a 20% stake after selling their spot to Team Heretics, valued at around 45 million euros, according to a report from Blix.gg. Astralis also retained ownership of the equity holding Karmine Corp's LEC spot with an option for additional share transfers, allowing the French team to acquire 100% by 2031. You guys think Karmine Corp's going to be in the league by 2031? What? Oh, shit. Rogue joined the franchise LEC in 2019 and showed steady improvement until winning the league's trophy in summer 2022. The same year, Rect Global, Rogue's parent company, was acquired by metaverse company Infinite Reality in July. In October 2022, Rogue merged with Koi, a Spanish organization owned by eBay. Less than a year later, Koi split from Rogue due to disagreements, as reported by Cheap Esports in November 2023. In the separation process, Infinite Reality retained 4 teams but dropped their Rocket League roster from the RLCS and had Fnatic take over their Rainbow Six Siege spot, leaving them with only the LEC spot and the Carolina Royal Ravens in the Call of Duty League. It remains to be seen what Infinite Reality plans for esports earlier this week. On Tuesday, Infinite Reality announced the $450 million acquisition of Landvault through an all-stock transaction. No cash? What? All right. Oh, okay. Landvault is a tech company specializing in immersive technology and digital twins for Fortune 500 companies and government organizations. That's not like a scam to you?
Oh, no, that's a scam. That's one of those things where you get it's back end money. That's me. You don't get money up front, but if they're able to be successful long enough, they'll get money. But that, oh god, yeah, they might end up getting fucked.
You guys see why esports isn't the hellhole that it is. People doing deals like that at all. The future of Rogue in the LEC. After failing to reach the playoffs in all 3 LEC splits in 2024, Rogue have been eliminated from the rest of the competitive season. Despite disappointing results, there is no indication that this is due to a lack of ambition. Last year, Rogue managed to re-sign Larson on a multi-year deal, despite the Swedish mid laner being a prominent free agent, as reported by Sheep Esports. I mean, I'll be honest here. A good reason why they failed this year is because they never made any roster shakeups. Like, even Karmine Corp, I don't even really like their roster decisions that they made, but at least their decisions got them a little bit further. At least they got them into playoffs, right? Rogue didn't do anything. Rogue just kept becoming a sinking ship, and it kept sinking to the point where, well, now everyone's dead. So, I really don't know. What do you think, man?
Rogue's in the position where I truly believe they gotta find someone that's gonna give them straight up cash for the spot. Not no.
Yeah. No one know like 5% equity. No, they want cold hard cash. I need 25 million euros and some strippers.
It depends on how much that percent equity is and how fast you're able to turn that. Because one of those things, if you give someone equity and then you go under a year later, you're going to have to flip it immediately or else you lose a shit ton of money. Because if you need, because a lot of times you want to take the equity because you get more later on, but upfront you don't get anything unless you get a percentage. They're in a situation where they gotta do some soul searching. They gotta figure out what they need, because running a league team doesn't seem like that's their main focus, in my opinion.
Yeah, because that's the thing is, does Rogue even still want to be in the LEC? Because you look at their performance this year. Remember, now you have 3 splits. Not just the 2 split form you used to have before. 3 splits of nothing, garbage. They didn't make any roster decisions when they easily should have. And I'm not saying that would have fixed all their problems, everyone, but you can't run that. Okay, winter, I understand. It's the first part of the year. It's not going to have that much impact later on. When it didn't work in spring, and you still chose to run it back, after spring, you just got to go, hey, you guys just aren't working out. We have to change something, you know?
You're the only team.
What happened?
Yeah. No, I'm saying they're the only team not to get any champion shit points. Because I don't think
they okay. So they went 2-7 in spring. They went.
No playoffs.
Let me look at their whole year. The whole year overview for Rogue. Winter season overview.
2-7.
They went 2-7. The 3-6. They were doing 3-6 in the spring. And in summer they went 2-7. So that means they went a combined total of 2, 5,
7. What is it? They went 7 and 20.
That's horrible. That's bad.
There's teams that get more wins than SK got more wins in one split than they did all year. That's
and SK had 3 more wins in winter. SK actually went 5-4 in winter. Remember, they started out really decent with that Exekick roster, and then just fell apart later on. That's crazy. It's actually insane that even Team Vitality had actually made playoffs a few times over them. Exactly. Actually, Team Vitality made playoffs both times over them. They finished 2-7, 3-6. So right there, that's already what? 5-14, 5-13, 5-13. And then they went 2-7 again. So that's what? 7 oh my God. Yeah. At that point after spring, you just had to change the roster. I'm sorry. You just had to. But they chose not to. And that's the fate that they get to have right now. So, yeah, we'll wrap it up here. We had a great show today. Any other final comments you want to make? Anything else you want to say before we head out, actually?
Overall, these matches this weekend were kind of lackluster. Really because the Mount Lions BDS one was fun. That was holy shit. You saw BDS was gonna lose and then they win, and you're like, oh my God, they win, and then you're like, oh, they face G2 now. That's me. Yep. Back to the lower bracket you go. And that's what they did. They SK and BDS Sunday was a speed run, just back to the regular. I was like, oh hey guys. I know SK and BDS were first and second this season. The split. But yeah, finals is G2 Fnatic. It was inevitable. You knew it. You knew what their final result was going to be. These two are going to be back in the finals again. Just waiting to get to the finals. Whoever wins goes to Worlds.
Yep. And I will say this right now. If Fnatic do somehow manage to beat G2 on Monday, every team that is in a lower bracket trying to basically make season finals after kind of sucking in winter and spring, you're screwed. Your whole season's over. Just being honest here. Unless you're a team like SK, where you're probably secured in season finals because you did somewhat decently throughout the year.
5 teams are secured in. 4 teams. 4 teams are secured in season finals. That's me.
If G2 goes to the lower bracket, if you're Karmine Corp or Madlock, or if you're Karmine Corp or Team Heretics, you are fucked. You're so screwed. But I doubt that's going to happen. But if it does, it makes it a lot more interesting. So, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. You guys are awesome. Thank you for all the continued support. If you are a returning viewer or new viewer, subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Make sure to leave a like on this episode of the Cloud9 podcast if you enjoyed it, and comment down below. Also, make sure to hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I am MSK, aka Master Swag King. We're going to be signing out. We will see you guys this week coming up Thursday, 7 p.m. PST. We'll have a little bit more to talk about with the LCK. Actually, get a chance to finally go over games from that and get some Asian representation in here, just a little bit. So you guys have a great week, and we'll see you guys on Thursday if you're just watching the show. Have a great day, everyone. Deuces. Peace.